Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in today's video. Today is, well, you saw from the title, I'm going to tackle my makeup and beauty collection. Makeup and skincare, I think that's enough. I am still in the middle of moving. Things are still a mess. I'm still renovating, but I'm going a little bit crazy, and if I can just sort some things and like be fully done with it, I feel like I can relax a little bit more, and it's just a little bit it just takes a little bit of stress off. So I've collected all the makeup and skincare I have. I think I have collected all of it, but I'm sure I'll find something else. I'll flip the camera around so you can see. Right, so here I have found everything, and this entire drawer I have some skincare, and then that one was actually empty. Here is full. Ooh, no, I can't get it back in. Please go back in. I'm not ready yet. That here, that's some perfume. Even more makeup. No, that's skincare. And some nail stuff and creams. So I really didn't want to sort of buy anything to store it in, and then I probably end up having too much stuff so it doesn't fit, and then I end up with even more sort of hacky, weird, storing things everywhere sort of situation. So instead I am going to go through everything. I'm going to declutter. Some things I know I have and I haven't even used, so I will be donating those. Don't worry, I will keep them somewhere for weeks where nobody will touch them before I give them on to friends or whoever. So yeah, I have a ton of stuff and everything here, so I am going to go category by category and collect. Like, it's going to be very messy, but I'm going to put everything on this towel. Let's see how long that lasts for. Okay, so here I have my primers first, and I really thought I only had like 2 or 3 and that it was going to be an easy category, but I have to just be a little bit harsh and just really get rid of all the stuff I don't use anymore. So I'm going to start at the end here with the Smashbox Photo Finish, and I've had this for a while, and as you can tell, it's really not that well loved. It's just not the best for my skin. And I even got this small one and I thought, oh, how great, but not really, because it doesn't work for me. So this is going. Moving on, I have the Hydra Veil from Illamasqua, and I have never even opened this, so that is for someone else to enjoy. Next, I have the Illamasqua Pro Radiance Illuminating Flash Balm, and I remember really loving this. As you can tell, there really isn't that much left. It smells nice. It's quite fragrant, but it smells really nice. But I've had it for a while, and at the back here it says 6 months. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's definitely too old, so I have to just get rid of that. Next, I have the Dior Backstage Primer, and I quite like this one a lot. I'm still playing around with it and enjoying it, so that one I am keeping. It's very different from like the Smashbox silicone-y ones. And then I have the Nars Oil Free, and I've tried to use this and I just don't really get on with it. So yeah, again, this is a small sample size. I don't tend to buy primers a lot, I just tend to end up with them. I have the MAC Mineralize. If I remember correctly, yeah, the pump doesn't work anymore. Like, this has come off, so it's a nightmare trying to get this out. When I do freelance makeup, I've used this a lot. It's works for a lot of different skin types, but obviously this is a little bit dead at this point, so tossing that. Next, I have this Clinique Redness base product, and this really isn't, I don't know if it's even a primer. It has like a green tint to it, and it's not that old. As you can tell, there is still a lot left. It's great if you have like red cheeks. It's not too green or overpowering, so I'm keeping that one. Next, I have the Becca Love Skin collection, and this isn't bad. It's nice and smoothing. It's just, I don't tend to use it a lot, and I don't even tend to use primers that much, so I think I will see if somebody else wants to enjoy this a little bit more. But it is nice and blurring. It's just not something I reach for that much. And next I have another sort of small sample thing from Smashbox, which is like an under eye primer. I think I've tried to use this a few times and I haven't really seen that big of a difference. So I don't know, maybe I'll try it a couple more times and then get rid of it if I don't like it. But I think that is quite good. I am only keeping these 3 primers, and that technically isn't really that much of a primer. It's like a green color corrector thing. So yeah, let's move on to foundations. So I put you guys on a tripod, so hopefully you can still see, even though it's quite messy everywhere. These are the foundations. Since I've done freelance makeup, that would be these palettes of foundation right here. I do have these palettes that I use for my freelance makeup kit. These have turned, as you can see. They have gone, like, they have separated. So I'm going to just clean out the entire palette and then put something else in it instead. I'll see this one as well. So I have to get rid of both of those. These look fine, so I can keep these in my makeup kit. This is obviously something I've just put into a palette and made myself. Next I have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick, and I feel like this is a little bit old. Oh my gosh, that smells so horrible. That has to go right away. That is disgusting. That is so gross. So I have the It Cosmetics CC cream, and I like this one quite a lot, even though it is very, very shiny. But I do still use it, and I bought it not too long ago. I've already used it a bit, so I'm keeping that one. Next I have the Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, these are so dirty. I have some wet wipes. It just drives me nuts trying to organize something and then it's all really dirty and gross. It does say 12 months and I've had it for a touch longer, but I don't think I care. I find that liquid foundations can go a little bit longer, as long as they don't tend to like smell bad or weird or separate. So I'm definitely keeping this one because I think it is a really, really nice foundation. Next I have my Nars Sheer Glow. This is also another one. This is definitely not expired yet and a foundation I've bought many times. I like this one a lot. It's full of lipstick. I have no idea how, but anyways, this is also definitely a keep. Keeping a lot of these. Also, I have decanted some white foundation that I use. It's very, very convenient, especially when you do makeup on other people, but also for myself. Next I have Dior, the Backstage foundation, and when did I buy this? I can't even remember. But I like this one quite a lot as well. It still fits me, it still works really great, so I'm keeping that one too. I'm keeping a lot of these, I'm realizing. This is my newest foundation that you will have seen in my recent haul. I love this foundation. This is definitely very quickly become one of my new favorite foundations ever. It is so, so nice, very light. As you can see, I have 3 Chanel foundations that I have used on other people, but because of everything this year I don't do makeup on other people, so I will just keep the shade that will fit me here. So I'm keeping all of these foundations, which I know I wasn't as good with getting rid of foundations here. This is going in my kit though, not for myself, so like that, and then I'm getting rid of these. Alright, so here I have concealers. I realized I put this one in the last category, but this is obviously the MAC Conceal and Correct palette, and it is so empty. We all realize this one is done, so this is for the trash. Next, as you can see, this huge palette is also something I use in my freelance makeup kit, and it has lots of these really great corrector colors as well. And then these are concealers, so this is such a useful palette. I use this a ton, so I'm keeping this one. Maybe I'll have to get rid of this one as well if it expires before I can actually start doing makeup on other people again. Next I have this palette right here, and it is from Dermacolor Camouflage. This product right here is so amazing. This is also from my makeup kit. This can cover tattoos. It is so potent. It is amazing, but it is a little bit old, so I am going to get rid of it. It really isn't too expensive for getting so many colors, so I am just going to buy a new one. Again, I have some correctors, but they're getting old, so I'm getting rid of that one. I also have a lot of these MAC corrector pens. So they're like a, oops, light, just a color corrector. They have like these shades right here, as you can see. Like, they are nice. They're not my favorite, but they are pretty decent. And when you're buying a lot of them, they are a lot less expensive than buying a Tom Ford. Next, we have my personal concealers, and I have these Nars, the Nars Creamy Concealer, and I have it in vanilla and custard. And I kept thinking that custard would be a good color, but it just isn't. I never really use it. I think I've gone through 3 of the vanilla. Next, I have the YSL Touche Éclat pen, the new one that has a little bit of coverage, and I quite like this one. Next, we have this Charlotte Tilbury Corrector. The compact is getting quite like beat up. I am not that careful with it, but still. This is a nice product. I don't know if I will repurchase it, but I will definitely keep it. I haven't even hit pan on this, so I'm keeping that. And then I have a similar one from Becca, which is... I've had this for a while and I think I've used it 2 or 3 times. I just don't reach for it, especially when I have the Charlotte Tilbury one. I feel like I'm gonna have to try it a couple more times just because it is an expensive product, and this is not something you can gift on because it's obviously highly unsanitary. Next, I have one of my favorite concealer and products ever. It is the Kevyn Kwan Sensual Skin Enhancer. And as you can see, I have a lot left here. This product is so good, and I have it in the SX03. This one has that olive greenish tint, which is so rare to find in very pale foundations. So this is amazing. You can use it as a foundation, you can thin it out with oil, you can use this straight as a concealer. It is super high coverage, it is amazing, and a little bit goes a really long way. Even though this is an expensive product, I would say it is so worth it. Next, I have the Makeup Forever Full Cover. I think this is technically a foundation again, but I've only used it as a concealer. It's separated a little bit, but still, I guess technically it's usable, but I don't reach for it. Even though I like it, I don't reach for it because it is old. Alright, so we have the keep pile and the toss and get rid of pile. Obviously, none of this can be re-gifted to anyone else. That would just be very unsanitary, but like a halfway decent declutter of the concealers. So I put out anything that is sort of highlighty and shimmery and things like that. So first of all, let's just start with this. It is the MAC Cream Color in Pearl, and I've used this for years and years. Not this exact thing, but this product, and it is really sort of a soft, nice, very understated glow. So I think it's great to have that in addition to something that is a little bit more intense. So I'm definitely keeping this. I've repurchased it many times. Next, I have the Dior Backstage again. I am quite liking all of these products, but this is definitely my favorite. You have to shake it, otherwise it gets really like watery like that. I bought this late last year, and it's still like, it's still good. So it's not separating because the product is going bad. It is just, you have to shake it, as you can see here. And I've gotten a lot of questions about this versus the Dior, so I will do a comparison on that. If I have already been able to film it and upload it, I will link it, but if not, it's definitely coming. So I can show you here as well. This one is newer, the Charlotte Tilbury product, and it's nice, but like, what happens to the packaging here? It's so, yeah. But the product itself is really nice, and this is a better shade for me as well, because the Dior one doesn't come in more shades. Anyways, I will do a comparison, but I'm definitely keeping both of these. Next, I have the Pixi product, and this is a liquid face illuminator. I don't know why I don't use this one. Oh, I remember now. So I don't actually think there's anything wrong with this. Please focus. There we go. It's a little bit pinky. I have others that I love more, but as you can see, it is intense and beautiful, but I just don't reach for it, and I'm sure somebody else will. I also have their blush and highlighter duo, and this shade is really pretty, and the highlighter shade is really nice, but it's a little bit glittery. Next I have this Kevyn Kwan Gloss Glow Face Illuminator. I've made a video on this and I've made a dent in the product as well. I think this is so beautiful. This is definitely one of my favorites. I do really love highlighters. I'm just a little bit picky with them. As you can see, this is just so gorgeous, as it has next to no tint. It's just like a cool tint. So pretty and great if you're really, really pale. And oh, I love this. I love this product. I have this Morphe highlighter in Spark. I have touched that once and I did not like, just didn't really like it. Let's have a look at it again. I don't know, it's not bad, it really isn't. I just, it's a bit too glittery and a little bit, I don't know, too intense. I don't feel like I can build it, so I feel like it goes a little bit like a huge streak of highlight. I have the Becca highlighters, Moonstone, and I actually broke this and repressed it with alcohol. It was never really fully the same, and I've used it, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. I know this isn't really a highlighter and I don't think I would use this on my face, but I don't really have a shimmery body oil category, so I put it in here. I recently got this one. As you can see, it is still plenty left and I really like this, so I'm definitely keeping it. I haven't really had it for long at all, so no question that is not leaving. Finally, I have the Nars Copacabana stick. And how much have I used? See, I knew this was the problem. It didn't come off now. This has happened before, where it's not really sticking to the packaging inside. I don't fully get on with the consistency of these products, these sticks. But it is like a nice shade, and I think I will keep it just for the body, like running down my legs. I think this could be really nice because it is so pale, and I need that because so many highlighter products turn yellow, and if you photograph that or turn the wrong way, it just looks so obvious and so ugly. I'm sorry, this towel is looking disgusting at this point, but again, it's just makeup. I'm keeping these and getting rid of these. I'm realizing that I have a lot more makeup than I thought, because I thought I had maybe 5 highlighters and the key pile alone is 6. And I'm just realizing it is so good to do these sort of declutter and clear through, because it makes me aware that I don't need to buy a lot more. I need to just use what I have before I just add and add. Anyways, I really love all of these products apart from the Nars. Should I keep it? Should it go over here? No, I'm keeping it. Okay, keep, get rid of. Okay, so I have my blushes, and there really weren't that many as I thought there would be, which is a bit concerning. I have a feeling that somewhere there are a bunch of blushes just lying and hiding and waiting for me, but for now I just want to show you I have 2 of these palettes right here that I have put my own sort of blushes into. They are lots of different brands, and they are for my makeup kit in case I start doing freelance makeup again anytime soon, so I'm keeping those. Then I have a single blush from Illamasqua. This is for my personal kit. And this is Zygomatic. Is that how you say that? It's such a beautiful blush if you don't really like blush. Can you see? It is so sort of soft and a little bit brown mauvey toned. It is beautiful and just such a genius shade. So I love that one. I'm keeping that one. And then I have 2 of these Daniel Sandler watercolor blushes. The text has kind of rubbed off a little bit. These are beautiful. I have it in Gentle and Cherub. Really beautiful, like a peach, warm peach tone, and then a really soft pink. They are really beautiful. They are really getting a bit old, but they're holding up well. It says 6 months. This is not great. I really don't want to get rid of them because I do like them quite a lot, but I think I need to figure out when I actually bought these to see if it's sort of safe to keep them, I guess. gonna put them to the side and then figure out that later. Next I have one that I just bought, this Patrick Ta blush. It's really pretty. As you can see, it's not used a lot because I honestly just got it. It's the Do We Know Her shade. Beautiful. Obviously keeping that one. Then I have, why do I have this? So this is the Smashbox LA Lights cheek color. I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of the texture in these. They're okay, but this exact shade, I have to like take out a little bit so you can see. It's coming off a little bit too orange on my hand. It's such a beautiful color and it's obviously empty, and because I want a different texture, I am going to just keep this just to buy this exact same shade. Next is another one of these Nars sticks, and I'm still not a fan. I have a lot of product left, and this is in the Orgasm shade. I know it's like the most popular shade they do, but for me it's not the most flattering on my skin tone, and again the texture of this isn't amazing. I love the idea of having this in my purse and it being so easy and accessible, and I do bring it with me, but I end up never using it. I actually sometimes just use a lipstick as blush instead, so I think this has to go because I don't use it. Just a couple of MAC blushes. This is Tenderling, I forget what they're called, and then Melba, two really good shades. Tenderling is great if you want to try blush but you kind of hate it. See, this is so soft and just gives a beautiful color and like slight definition to the cheek. It's beautiful. And then Melba is a little bit more like strong and peachy. And then these are obviously Nars. And then another couple of MAC blushes. Is that one also? I feel like I don't need two palettes of this. And a lot of these blushes I'm never going to use. This is Spring Sheen from MAC, which is a really nice shade if you like the Nars Orgasm, but you want something a little bit more peachy and less pinky. I mean, these are pretty. I just don't need two palettes like floating around. So I'm just going to put the blushes I actually use into the Nars palette and then the others into this, and then get rid of this palette right here. Okay, so not really that much revolutionary done to these two palettes, but I'm going to keep this one. I guess I could probably put these two in there as well and then save not like having to store this compact, but I'm just going to keep it like this for now. And then I am going to get rid of, also this palette gets dirty so quickly, but it works. So I'm going to get rid of these two. So I have a very small bronzer collection. I am very fair, so I don't tend to bronze a lot. I tend to just stick with the same bronzers that I have. I just bought this one, the Patrick Ta, which is a blush but works as a bronzer on me and lots of other people. So there's a cream and a powder, really useful, really beautiful, and I just bought it, so I'm obviously keeping that one. And then I have this Nars compact, and it's really old, and ta-da! I've had this for so long, I should have gotten rid of it a really long time ago. This is the Nars Laguna, and as you can see it's gotten like really hard and shiny. And then the other one is Hot Sand, which I'll be honest was never the best highlighter shade for me anyways. It's fine, it's not great on me. And then I also have another Nars Laguna. As you can see, this is really like pretty much just finished at this point. It's very difficult to get more product out of this pan. And then there's another Nars Orgasm, which, as I already told you, is not the best shade on me, so I'm going to get rid of this as well. And then I have the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow, the mini. And this is really pretty. The highlighter shade really only works on my cheeks, but it's really beautiful and very sort of, it's a bit glittery and intense. a beautiful, beautiful shade. So I'm keeping this little compact. I do wish I got the larger one because it is a little bit difficult to pick up product. I prefer to have a much larger compact, but it's nice and I'm going to keep it. Next I have a mini Benefit Do the Hula. It's a liquid bronzer and the shade is just so wrong for me that I've never really used it. Like, it's just, it works so poorly on me that I don't know why I haven't gotten rid of it. Next is not really a bronzing product. It is the Illamasqua, it's like a contour product. What is it called? Gel Sculpt. It is this stick, and then as you can see, it doesn't look like it's giving off a lot of color, but it works so well as a contouring stick. It looks super natural. As you can see, it has a little bit of gray in it. It is such a just great product, really. I really like this for contouring because it is so natural. It looks like a bad product because there is so little pigmentation, but it's really what makes it so good. So I have to keep this. It's not really bronzer, but yeah, there you have it. I'm keeping 3 products and then getting rid of these 3 products. So I've sort of sorted all my eyeshadows. I really think I have a fairly small and concise collection, but I still can get rid of some stuff. So I have all my palettes here, some cream eyeshadows. I'm just gonna go through it quickly. I really don't have that many eyeshadow palettes, I don't think, especially compared to pretty much all the videos I see on YouTube. People have these massive eyeshadow collections. I got this MAC palette. I've never even put the eyeshadows into it. I have both of the sort of color options, one that's more grey and one that's more brown, and I've never even used these. Don't know why, but again, I have others I already like, so I don't really tend to reach for new stuff unless it's really, really exciting. So this is definitely just going to move on because I haven't used it. I have this Huda Beauty palette and it is the Ruby Obsessions. Super pretty colors, but it's just not really colors that I tend to use that much. I've used it a few times, it's fine, but again, I just reach for things that I love more. Oh yeah, okay, so this is an Illamasqua eyeshadow quad, and these are cream eyeshadows, and they are metallic. I am not going to dip my finger into this because I have used this in my kit, but I have a clean spatula. So I can show you, these are super gorgeous. Look at that, it is so beautiful, but they don't, I think they can tend to crease a little bit. Either way, I just really use them for photo shoots. I have a couple of Charlotte Tilbury quads, the Dolce Vita one, and also the Uptown, what's it called? Uptown Girl. They're pretty. I'm probably not going to buy more because there are other brands I like better, but I'm definitely going to keep using them. I have some Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I have this old C palette. It's just, they just take up a lot of space like this, so I'm going to put this to the side and then put that into empty palettes as well. And this one is definitely dried up. This is Groundwork from MAC. I've used this one so much. I'm gonna have to repurchase this, but it's almost like you can see the bottom in it as well. So I'm going to keep most of the eyeshadow stuff. I'm going to get rid of that. But I feel like I already had a small eyeshadow collection. I have my Natasha Denona palette, and honestly, if I'm buying more eyeshadow, I want it to be a Natasha Denona because this palette is just my favorite, and I wish I had more different shades because I always want to use this palette just because it is such a joy to use. Then I have this Urban Decay palette, which I'm actually not totally sure whether I should keep or not. This mirror is kind of useless, but the shades are a little bit, I mean, the shades are good. It's fun to have something so rainbow colored. Even though I don't use it that often, I don't feel like I can get rid of it. Then I also have a Viseart Neutrals palette, which is maybe a little bit boring, but very, very useful. And then also a Tati Beauty palette, which I just need for these glitters right here. They're so good. So that's pretty much it for eyeshadows. Okay, thankfully I don't have that much powder. First of all, I have this really large palette of powders that I definitely need to clean, but I'm keeping this for my makeup kit. Powders tend to hold really long as well. Then I also have this Makeup Forever HD powder, which I don't love, but it works fine, so I'm just going to keep it because I do go through a lot of powder. And I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush whatever powder in the lightest shade, and it's still a little bit too dark, so I need to save this for summer, but it's fine. It's not going to go bad. I just started using it at the end of the summer, but it was too dark for me, just a little bit, so I'm going to save that one, but I am not going to get rid of it because I do like this powder. Then we have the Nars, I had a feeling this was low, so it's the translucent crystal pressed powder. This is so good. I love this powder, as you can tell. I do go through it, but it's so beautiful. It's so kind of like super finely milled. You can't see it on the skin at all, and it is just perfect. You can layer it. It's great. So I'm going to get rid of it, obviously, because you can't really use it anymore. But I need to buy a new one. And then I have the same powder in loose powder, and you can see I love this one as well. I do love the pressed one a little bit more. So next we have the lipsticks and the lip glosses. This is probably the largest pile, so I'm just gonna have to power through it. I also found I missed in the primer category. Of course I did. I'm probably going to find stuff I missed for ages. I have an eye primer that I am definitely keeping because this is the only one. I know that it takes me forever to go through eye primers, and this one is nearing the end finally. So I only have one. And then I also have a Nars primer that is kind of like, it's a cool product. It's a spot primer that is smoothing, so it is this kind of stick, and you just glide it onto the skin, and then it just smooths down pores and texture, and nice. So I'm keeping both of these. So onto the lip products, the biggest category. I'm just gonna start. I have this palette and this palette, so it's great. It takes very little space. It's very convenient, but obviously if you want to touch up throughout the day, that's rather difficult. But still, they are palettes I love a lot. So as I said, I'm not going to start organizing, but I have some of these sort of lipstick holders that are going to be very convenient. So I'm just going to start stacking in there, and then I will organize it and make it pretty and functional later. And one for lip gloss as well. I realize I should do this a lot more often because I have a lipstick that is, look at that, completely untouched. I've had this before though, so I know I really like the color, so I'm going to keep it, but like, I need to do this more often. It can't get this crazy again. So I think I'm pretty much through. I'm keeping a lot of it. The only thing I'm not keeping is this pile over here. I ended up keeping a lot, as you can see. These are lip glosses. These are lipsticks in just no order at all. I will do that later. So for now, I don't think it's too bad. I have a few Hourglass Lip Glosses, some Lancome lip stains, and my Tom Ford lip lacquer. And then I have quite a few MAC lipsticks. I have my most recent Patrick Ta matte lipstick that I obviously could not get rid of already. I do have some YSL in some small sizes, regular sizes, not this version, so a lot of different ones. I do really like those lipsticks. But yeah, I have been at this for hours now and I am getting really tired. So I think that I am just going to call it a day and continue tomorrow. Alright, my beautiful friends, it is the next day and I'm feeling a lot more rested and ready to tackle today's mission, which is the rest of the makeup and the skincare, and just get through this. I'm realizing that my living room floor is not the most convenient place to have all of my makeup and skincare products, so I can't wait to get it sorted. Hopefully I will get through everything, declutter everything today, so I can start looking at sort of organizing and storage solutions for it. So I have my green tea ready. Too hot still, but I'm ready to get started and drink my tea and have a nice time. Ooh, please don't spill. So I have a lot of lip pencils and some eyeliners, so I'm probably going to get all of those and go through that since I did lip stuff last. So I gave it another look around the house and I found 4 more lip liners. And I realized that they're a bit hard to find because most of them are really small, but I have to just go through. This is probably the most offensive one. This is the tiniest. This is, you can just about make out what shade this is. It is called, let's see, In Control, and it is the Pro Longwear formula from MAC. There's just a hint of color, but it doesn't even really work anymore. It's dried up, as you can see. So I really have to sort out all the ones that are too small and dried up and just not really working for me anymore.
Posting pictures on the gram so other people know that we're more than friends. Ever since you came around.
Of course, I went to find eyeliners and I discovered more lip liners.
I've never been sober, always in my head. Met you at a time when I was so low. Went from just talking to taking you home. I don't wanna go back to who I used to be. So if you ever leave me, promise you won't let me down.
So I decided to just go ahead and do eyeliners as well. So I'm keeping quite a few of the eyeliners. A lot of them, as you can see, are black and greys, some browns, and I do just use them a lot. These are sort of dried up or cracking or just too small or just not working anymore, so I'm getting rid of these. And then I have these lip liners as well. I am getting rid of all these lip liners. As you can see, quite a few. They're just very small. Snuck back in there. So for some of these I actually had backups for 2 or 3. I have like this Dervish. I have actually bought a new one and used quite a lot of that as well. This Urban Decay one just came clean out. It looks like a pencil. I mean, I guess it is. It's just strange. So that one's obviously going along with all of these. Alright, so I do have quite a few brushes. I don't think I can deny that. I've never even used this one. So that seems pretty ridiculous. So because brushes can be sanitized and cleaned, I can give some of these away, but some are really like shedding and just broken, so they need to go. And I have a sort of really emotional relationship with brushes. I find it so hard to let go of them. But the truth is that I really only use the same ones over and over again, and I love to try new brushes, so it just seems really just really ridiculous to kind of keep the same ones that I don't really use, and maybe somebody else can use them instead. Like this brush here is one of my favorite ever, and I've stored it really poorly. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like in a really weird shape, so I have to clean this and reshape it. But it's a Chanel No. 2 powder contour brush, and I don't think they even sell this one anymore because I think they've redone their line. I have this Nars brush. I have 2 Nars brushes. Both of these, I can't remember the name, and they're kind of really scratchy. I'm not like too impressed with them. The shapes are amazing, but the actual brush hairs feel kind of low quality, I'm not gonna lie. But I still like them for the shape, so I'm gonna keep them. And this is a Shu Uemura brush. This is so good for cream foundation, which I don't even have anymore because I got rid of the last bit yesterday. But it's an amazing brush. It's actually a lot expensive, but I'm going to keep it because it's so good.
I wish that our love was just like in the movies with a happy end. Yeah, but sometimes you can't handle your emotions, and I guess that's okay. Met you at a time when I was so low.
And oh yeah, this is fun. This is so much fun. This isn't even an old brush, but I guess sometimes they just do this. I'm very careful when I wash my brushes. I think I bought this one not even a year ago, and it's just come off, and I haven't used it that much, but obviously it has to just be thrown away. Oh, one of my favorite brushes. This Tom Ford brush is so beautiful and such high quality. I love the bristles. It is beautiful for laying down highlight. I bought this when I got the Tom Ford contouring compact as well, and it reminds me that I want to get another one of those compacts because I miss it so much. It's so nice, and this brush is super high quality, so that's obviously a keep.
I don't wanna go back to who I used to be, so if you ever leave me, promise you won't let me drown.
I have 2 very full sort of brush canisters here. I'm keeping these, and then I'm getting rid of these brushes, and also these brushes, and these brushes. I feel like I did a decent job. It's not amazing, but I feel like I could have done worse, so you know. So now I just need to put this away, and then I will lay out all the skincare, which I am kind of dreading because I think it's going to be a lot. Alright, so here we have all my skincare, and it's a little bit more than I kind of thought I had. It's a little bit overwhelming, and a lot of this I've never even like taken out of the packaging and used, which is a little bit concerning and really not that great. I'll admit to that. Nobody needs this much skincare at any point in time. I have the Drunk Elephant water facial that I have only used once, and I quite liked it, so I am trying that one again. Oh, I have a lot of sunscreen as well. The Anthelios Shaka Fluid from La Roche-Posay. This did not work with my skin. It was too hard, so I'm getting rid of that. It's also a little bit too old. Then I have this new sunscreen from Bioderma, and I haven't opened this yet, so I'm going to put that here because I will keep using it. And then I have the Clinique 25 SPF, and this is a bit old, and it's also started to separate, so it's probably older than I remember. I try to sometimes label my products underneath, like, or on the back side, so I know when I started using them, but I clearly did not do that this time. Then I also have the same one in 40, and I remember this one is actually too dark. Sunscreen is just really one of those things I never keep past the expiration date because I really want the SPF that it says on the bottle. And then I also have the ordinary salicylic acid, which I really like. My skin has been breaking out like crazy recently, so it's really helped my skin. Then I have this, oh, I remember this really killed my skin, the caffeine solution under eye kind of serum. But because I'm not totally sure whether it was this product or maybe something else, I think I might try it again just to see if maybe the product works and that was just like a one-off thing. Something I've never used, like this Luna Retinal Sleeping Oil. I have never tried this and I got it not too long ago, so I think I'm gonna try that one soon. Try not to open too many products at once because it just gets a little bit crazy and then things go off. So if I can, I try to keep them sealed until I'm ready to use them. Then I have a Pixi Retinol Tonic and I've never opened it. I guess I probably should at some point in time. The Inky List Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is also getting too old. It's at 6 months. Oh my gosh, I almost don't want to smell what this smells like because this is probably going to be horrific. This is Balance Me Radiance Facial Oil, but it is 100% natural and they don't tend to keep that well. So, oh my gosh. That smells like, I don't know, crayon, like a crayon graveyard. It smells not great. This is another one of those products that I have never used. I only opened it and it is so incredibly fragranced that I know it's not going to work for my skin. I wonder if it says on the back, yeah, the second ingredient is alcohol. I kind of feel bad for giving this to anyone, but I know a lot of people love Caudalie. So I'm just gonna like tell people that you can have it, but like don't blame me if your skin does not like it. All of these sachets and everything, it's so difficult to use them because I just forget and it's really annoying. And these like sheet masks, and I have a ton of eye masks. I love them. They're so sort of pampering. So I've gotten a lot of them for free. I wouldn't buy this kind of amount of product, even though I probably lost all credibility with this video. But I wouldn't normally buy this much for myself. Are we reaching? I think we are. I think we are nearing the end. Alright, so I think I have decided on keeping this pile here, which is still a lot of skincare, and I need to take that in and use some of it before buying a lot more. And then I am going to get rid of that pile there, and then I'm going to take the products from that pile that are new into that box right there, so I can give them to someone else, and the rest is going into that bin. Okay, so it's obviously still kind of a mess, but I do have my makeup and skincare. The stuff that I'm keeping I have here and all the way down here. So as you can see, there is just a little bit too much going on, and I would like to have it organized a little bit better. It's just not the best sort of solution. So the stuff I'm giving away I have in here, and then this entire bucket right here is stuff that I'm getting rid of, stuff that is old or almost empty and just broken. So yeah, I am quite pleased with this. I feel like I have pared it down quite a bit. Alright, so I still haven't decided on a vanity to get. I keep going back and forth between a few different ones, but I did find some acrylic organizers. I got these off of Amazon, these right here, to organize my makeup in, and then I will put this into the vanity so everything will be neat. And I really like these because you can take out these inserts and sort of make the organizer the way you want. I've had some of these before and I tend to get really annoyed because the slots here are not the size that I want. So these were really nice. I got a couple of those, and then I also got this one right here, also from Amazon, and I only got a couple of these because I wanted to test them before I ordered more. So I'm definitely going to get more because I really like these. So now I just have to settle on a vanity. I might do that in a different video because this is already the longest video I have ever made, and I don't know when I will finally commit to a vanity setup. So I just want to show you these, and I'll put everything, like the makeup I have, into these. I just really love organizing. It is so therapeutic to me, but I want to show you what it looks like at the end here. It's sort of organized, but obviously not as pretty as it will be once I get everything into my vanity. Still, this is just the best part, looking at a more streamlined collection and everything sort of neat-ish. I still have to play around with the placement a little bit, but I am really, really pleased so far, so I'll show you. So, lip glosses, lipsticks, this is the small one, and I'm going to get more of these for my single eyeshadows. It's really, really convenient. And then obviously I have my liners just in these. I might try to get one of these for liners and then just remove these inserts and put liners in. And like you can get them out, but they're not going to fall out on their own, so you have to use a little bit of force. And here I just have like foundations, primers, concealers, some highlighters and a little bit of powder. And then I have my palettes over here, like a few different ones. They just stack really nicely into this box. As you can see, so convenient. I'm so happy I got these acrylic boxes. So this is probably a natural point to stop this video. If you made it this far, wow, I am impressed. If you have any suggestions for vanities or any organizing tips in general, let me know, because that is my next project, finding a vanity and making everything super pretty and functional. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!